with Steve.
Carlos, when we were talking to Lindor on the field afterwards, he said he didn't think it was so much the home run that really set the tone, but the at-bat. For you, just how much did the way that he approached that first at-bat set the tone for the rest of the group today?
Yeah, I think I said it in the middle of the game that not just because of the homer, but the way he attacked them, fouled off a couple of pitches, laid off a couple of breaking balls, and then got a pitch and drove it to kind of set the tone, right? But I thought overall we had really good at-bats up and down, and obviously Vientos with the big one. But especially as a pitching staff, what they've done the past few games, and it's been hard on a bullpen day where you don't know what you're going to be facing. For us to get that first one across the board was important.
You know, at this point with Vientos, does it surprise you at all the way that he's able to come through consistently in his first postseason?
Not really. His ability to slow the game down, you could see it calm, under control. He took pretty good breaking balls down and away. And then just having the awareness of the situation and what the pitcher's trying to do to him. And 3-2, not trying to do too much, staying on the big part of the field, and got a fastball that he was able to, because the power is real, you know. And you didn't see a big swing. It was, let me put it in play, let me stay on the big part of the ballpark, and he was able to drive that one. And then you see the next at bat against a lefty, just going the other way with ease and just shoot that ball the other way. So that's a sign of not only a good hitter, but someone that is maturing and is under control. It doesn't matter the situation.
Okay, next question. We'll go here to Dave.
Just like what you said with Lindor's at bat, and even Vientos, who went to 9 pitches with his, do you just feel as those pitch counts get deeper, that Lindor and Vientos are going to wind up doing something big?
Yeah, and I think the way they were taking the pitches, you know, he was with ease, he was on time, ready for a pitch in your zone, but if he wasn't there, the way they took it, it was pretty telling. So regardless of the outcome, they put themselves in a good position there and foul off couple tough one, laid off couple tough one, and when they finally got one, they were able to drive it. So good one there.
Okay, over on the right in the middle.
Hi, Carlos. Nick Selby, Sports Illustrated. What impressed you the most about Manaea today, and how important was it for him to get through at least 5 after using a lot of relief pitchers early last night? Yeah,
I thought he was really good. The one thing, he was on not only getting ahead, but staying on the attack, you know, and like perfect example, the way he went after Ohtani, you know, the first couple of at-bats. I thought everything was working, whether it was the fastball, the changeup, the sweeper, but he made pitches, you know, in the zone. He stayed in the attack. They control the strike zone. As a team, they don't chase. So not only you have to get ahead, but you have to execute in the zone to be able to get them. Yeah, it was important for him to go to the 6, even though after the first couple of walks, gets a ground ball and wouldn't make a play. But it was really good for Manaea today.
Okay, we're going to go back to Dave.
Carlos, you could see how you wanted to map things out in that game. Obviously, after Sean, you had to accelerate your plans a little bit, probably sooner than ideal. How did you feel going through that, just the way you mapped it out from going to Phil to Stanek to Diaz?
Yeah, I think the key was after we scored and we got up 6-0, the key was for Sean to continue to shut down their offense, you know, continue to just give us zeros. And he gave that homer to Muncy, but for him to go out there for the 6, and like I said, after the couple of walks, he got a ground ball where we couldn't make a play. At that point, you know, obviously going to the bullpen, but they did a hell of a job. Phil, you know, got that pop-up ground ball, gets through Pete, and then, you know, he gets that ground ball with Kike, and we turn the double play. He goes back out there and give us an out, and then for Stanek, you know, for him to not only get the last 2 in the 7th, but 2 more in the 8th, to be able to give the ball to Diaz today, you know, was kind of, you know, how I envision it going in the game today. It doesn't always going to work out that way. I'm just glad that they came through big time today, and especially Diaz for the last 4 outs.
Go back over here, Steve.
You know, when you talk about Manaea needing to execute in the zone against this team, the first at bat, you don't see Shohei Ohtani that late on a fastball, basically right down the middle, that often. What did that one swing tell you about how Sean's stuff was coming out and looking today?
It's a tough at bat. It's a different look. He's, across his body, especially left on left, low arm slot, and it's hard to pick it up. And when you see one of the best hitters in the game take pitches like that, and then the way he swung for strike three, the second at bat, I think it's like, man, he's having a hard time seeing him. I don't think you see Ohtani look that way too often, but that's what Sean does. It's a tough look, and I'm just glad that he was able to give us a chance to win a game today.
Okay, back to Mike.
Carlos, you got a little bit of it last week, but what's it mean now to you to be going home for these next three?
Yeah, it was an important game today, especially after the way we played last night, and then they outplayed us pretty much yesterday. They came out aggressive, and they kept putting on us, and it was a quick turnaround, but we've done that the whole year. We get punched in the face, and we continue to find ways to get back up, and it'll continue to be that way. It was good to get this one here. Now we had an opportunity to go home and play three there in front of our fan base, expecting to be packed and electric and loud, and but it's going to be fun.
Okay, take two more. Take Russ.
Carlos, when you have a team that goes bullpen game against you, you're going to get a lot of different looks, obviously. Do you feel like because of your team's offensive profile and using the big part of the field, it allows you guys to kind of do a little bit more damage than, if you had a team that just tries to slug?
Yeah, 100%. And we did it against the Brewers, one of the best bullpens in the league, right? And we're facing one of the best bullpens in the league here, too. But because there's a lot of different ways we could create and we can attack, whether it's not only by hitting the ball out of the ballpark, but taking our walks, putting the ball in play, going the other way when we need to, just make things happen. Is what makes this lineup a deep lineup. And when you're facing a bullpen day, I think it's important to not only, because it's hard to game plan, but you got to go out there and make adjustments and take what the game is giving you, whether it's putting the ball in play, moving a guy over, getting a guy in. Those are the little things that you have to do to win baseball game here in playoff when you're facing elite pitching staff.
Okay, last question, Dave.
Carlos, you mentioned Diaz before, and you went to get him for the 4-out save. How do you feel like he finished as strong as he finished today? I know we've gone outing to outing with him sometimes. He's admitted to maybe having a little difficulty at some points. But the way he finished today was as strong as I think he's done, right?
You're 100% right. And I think he was under control. He was able to slow the game down, made pitches to get Kike in the eighth after the double steal. He got that last out. And then the first two guys get on, and you could tell once he got Mookie, especially using his fastball, he was throwing strikes. It was a good sign, and I've been saying it. We're going to need him. In order for us to get to where we want to get, we're going to need Edwin Diaz, and he will continue to step up.
Thanks, Carlos. Okay, we'll get Mark Vientos and Edwin Diaz up here. Start right here with Steve.
Mark, understanding that it's Francisco Lindor that they chose to walk, when they do give an intentional pass ahead of that grand slam, does that add anything extra for you when you step into the plate, or up to the plate?
No, for sure. I took it personal. I mean, I want to be up there during that at bat for sure. I want them to walk Lindor in that situation, put me up there, and at that point I was just, let me simplify the game and just get one run in, get a walk, like whatever I can do to add another run to the score, and luckily I hit a ball in there and it went over the fence.
You continue to show in this postseason that you're willing to simplify the game, not try to do too much, and more often than not, it's led to big results. Why do you think you've been this comfortable doing that in your first taste of Major League Baseball postseason?
I think, honestly, it's right there. Just like when I say I'm simplifying the game, I'm just focused on one thing, and the only thing I'm focused on is winning a game. And whatever I can do, whether it's move a runner over, make a play, be a good teammate, that's what I want to do, because the only focus I have is winning games.
Okay, I'm going to go here, Dave.
Mark, when you mentioned that you took it personal on that, are you do you think people still underestimate you a little bit, despite what you've done this October, as good as your numbers have been?
Maybe, but I feel like it's just the praise for, Francisco. You got Francisco ahead of me, I feel like, and he hit a home run earlier in the game. So they rather take a chance on me than him. But I use it as motivation. I'm like, all right, you want me up? I'm gonna show you whatever. So, yeah.
And do you feel, as you're working him during that long at-bat, that the at-bat's going to come back to you, that you're going to get that fastball that you wound up getting, the deeper that goes, 7, 8, 9 pitches in?
To be honest, I didn't think he was gonna give me a fastball. That was my approach, was to see a heater up, but I wasn't expecting a heater. I thought I was gonna get like a slider, and I was just gonna poke it in a hole or something. So. Yeah, no, I wasn't gonna miss it.
Okay, I'm going to go to Mike right here.
Edwin, what's kind of your mindset there, coming in the 8th, and then you got to face the heart of the order in the 9th?
I just was trying to throw strike, first of all. Like, as soon as I get to the mound, I say, I'll be, whatever you call, I will follow you. He called me like 3-4 slider in a row. I threw it, we get the out in the 8th. And in the 9th, I just try to throw strike, like attack the hitters, because we was winning by 4 runs. So I got a good lead to challenge them. And that's what I did. I give up the blooper, and then I walk Ohtani, and then I trust my fastball and throw it right in the middle for them.
Okay, I'm going to go in the back to JP.
Yeah, Edwin, you've never given up in a hit to Ohtani. I think he's 0 for 4 against you, 4 strikeouts, a couple walks. What's the secret? You seem to have figured it out.
My last 2 AB against him, I walk him. But at the same time, I just try to challenge him. He's one of the best hitters in the league. But I got a really good stuff. So I trust my stuff always against any hitters. To him, I just go after him. Hit the ball. If you get to strike, I will try to make you chase.
Okay, we're going to stay back there on the far left.
Hola, Edwin. Preguntarte, es tu primera experiencia en esta ronda de playoff. ¿Cómo te sientes después? Obviamente tienes experiencia serie divisional, comodín, clásico mundial de béisbol, pero ¿cómo fue entrar en este escenario lleno, el sol, un line-up muy poderoso como el de los Dodgers? Platícanos la experiencia que tuviste hoy.
Sí, una experiencia increíble. Cada momento que estamos viviendo ahora mismo es un sueño hecho realidad para cada pelotero. Yo, como tú dijiste, he jugado diferentes tipos de series. El Clásico Mundial me ha ayudado bastante. Creo que en mi último clásico, esa experiencia que viví durante todo, contra toda esa fanaticada, que era un juego como si fueran serie mundial, me ayudó bastante. Yo solamente salgo a divertirme. Pienso en que creo en mí 100%. Salgo a divertirme y voy a hacerlo lo mejor que pueda.
Okay, I'm going to go down here on the right to Steve.
And when having a 3-run lead going into the 9th is great, but when you have those hitters, Ohtani, Betts, Freeman, Hernandez, when they get that extra run, you have a 4-run lead. Does that make you feel even better? Are you aware that, I can be even freer as a pitcher in this 9th inning?
Yeah, because I got more room to miss. Like if I miss a pitch right in the middle, I got a lot of room to tie it up again. So as soon as I give up the base here, the walk, I said I will throw my fastball right in the middle, try to get a double play. I ended up striking out the other 3 hitters, but I was trying to make pitches and get them out.
You're going to go Russell, far right.
Mark, you have guys on this roster who've played in the World Series before, played in the postseason before. For you, getting a full season to kind of, get that vibe. You guys have been playing basically postseason baseball since June. What have you kind of gained, watching these older guys who have done it that you've tried to put into your game?
No, I've been a sponge around all these guys with experience, all-stars, a lot of great players that I'm surrounded by. I'm very fortunate, and I ask a lot of questions, ask them, especially in times like this, like I haven't been in the postseason, it's just like, hey, how do I go about this? And I know JD, he won a World Series, and he kind of like brings the guys together and kind of tells us like just to keep our emotions like even keel, especially if the opponent goes up and we're down, or vice versa. Like we want to stay even keel throughout the whole game, because the team that keeps their emotions like that the best are the ones that come out on top. So I feel like that's what I've been focused on.
Okay, anything else for these guys? Can we go back to Mike here in the front?
Just for both of you, how do you feel about this series going back home with it 1-1?
I feel good, man. I mean, like I said earlier, I want to go home. I mean, playing in front of the New York fans is the best, so I'm excited to get back.
Personally, I feel great. Get a W here in LA, like going back home, play 3 more games there. We got a lot of chance to take the series there at home. So I feel really good. We are really happy. You know, we play a really good game today. Just continue what we're doing, and we will be fine.
Okay. Anything else? We're good? Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Okay. This concludes the interview room for today.